This is a Fleet Europe interview hosted by Melchior Wadale, co-CEO at Nexus Communication. Today's topic, Renault's playbook for market leadership in Turkey. Introducing today's guest, Levent Timur, the Chief Operating Officer at MAIS Istanbul Renault. Enjoy the interview.
Hello everyone from the Fleet Europe community. Today we have the honor to host Levent Timur, who is the COO of Renault in Turkey. We will have an interesting conversation because Renault is market leader here in Turkey. So it was important for us, Fleet Europe, to host the market leader within the Turkish market. Levent, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's also an honor for me to be with you today.
Oh, thank you very much. First question, of course, quite natural. Okay, Renault is a market leader. How do you feel in that position? Does it put pressure on your daily job?
Of course, it's one time. If you look from one side, it is a fun because to be the market leader is giving a lot of help in your daily business, in your discussions with the dealers. And on the other side, it's putting a pressure, as you said. Because to keep that leadership is a challenge going for every day. Huh?
And okay, Renault is market leader, but now it's Renault Group with the other brands. Do you have the same ambition with Alpine or with Dacia? How do you see the combination of the three brands? Do you position them in different ways?
Of course. Let me start to give you some information about Renault brand first. Because we are a leader, but we have a lot of advantage for Turkish market. First of all, Renault is existing in Turkey more than 50 years. So we have a big heritage in Turkey. So it's a big advantage for us to be in the heart of Turkish customers. And then we are profiting from the best parts of Renault because one side, as a country, we are in the part of enlarged Europe. So we are able to get the good products, the wonderful products from Europe, and also we are profiting from the products that are designed for international game plan of Renault. So this is giving us a very big strength compared to our competitors in Turkish market. And of course, to have a plant in Turkey and a very efficient plant because Megane, Clio, Duster models are produced in Turkey and they are not only the best sellers for Turkish market but also for Europe. Okay. This efficient plant is giving us a lot of big strength compared to competitors. So when I come to Dacia, Dacia is also fitting very much with Turkish customer needs because unfortunately the GDP per capita is not in the European level, so Dacia as essential but cool strategy is fitting very much with Turkish customer needs. So we are also existing in Turkish market, and we will continue to be strong on Dacia. For Alpine also.
It's a bit more new, of course.
Huh?
It's new.
Yeah, Alpine, of course. It's new. We have launched Alpine brand 3 years ago in Turkey. First A110 sales was in the planned way, I can say like that. But when it comes to A290, it's another thing because the EV market in Turkey is supported. So it's a kind of, we have a tax structure on which the EV's taxes are lower than the ICE engines. And this is putting A290 in a very special condition for Turkish customers. It changed all. So we are having a good level of performance with Alpine, although we have only one branch in Turkey. And now we are planning to enlarge this network structure with adding additional branches in the important cities of the country.
So you have Renault with the history, with the factory. You have Dacia with the price positioning.
Yes, exactly.
You have Alpine with the fun. So you have a quite complete offer.
Exactly. If I check the models of group in terms of market coverage, I don't think that any other competitors has the same advantage as we are having.
And you were mentioning electrification.
Yeah.
Of course, electrification is a big topic.
Yeah.
I think in Europe, of course, but also in Turkey, because in Europe, at least, Renault is really pushing very hard in terms of electrification. Do you have the same ambition in Turkey? And do you think or do you feel that the incentives for electric cars are enough strong also here in Turkey?
Yeah, let me explain. The Turkish EV market is, how can I say, relatively very high. So when we check last year, the EV weight was around 18%. So and if we check in terms of ranking of EV sales, we were the 5th country of Europe, including UK. So there are a lot of EVs sold. This is, of course, linked with the incentives. So I think it's enough. We have a local brand in Turkey, TOG, and this incentive structure is also supporting their performance. Renault Group is very strong in EV, as you said, in Europe. And we are the leader in Turkish market. So to keep this leadership of market, we have to also advance on EV sales in Turkey. This is why this year we are going to launch Scenic for the time being. We have only Megane E-Tech and Renault 5 in our product range. So we will add the other wonderful products of Renault brand in our portfolio, and we aim to increase our market share on EV. Turkish customers, as I said, as their, how can I say, average earnings or is not in the same level of Europe, they are also making a lot of attention on the total cost of ownership. So electric in terms of energy is giving some advantage compared to gasoline and diesel. This is why this is a second factor supporting the EV market in Turkey.
So it's going in that direction?
Yeah.
And when we speak about electrification, you mentioned TAC, which is a local player, so it's, of course, it brings competition. There is also the competition of the Chinese players and newcomers. Those two newcomers, how do you see the newcomers on the Turkish market? You are the market leader, you have two newcomers.
Yeah.
Does it bring competition? How do you feel about that?
Yes, of course, because, for example, TOG is, how can I say, 100% dedicated on the EV market.
Purely EV, yeah.
This is why they're making too much attention on this one. In fact, you know, I said you that last year the EV market was around 200,000.
Yeah.
The half of this market has been done by 3 brands, TOG, Tesla, and BYD.
Okay, so
yes,
newcomers.
Newcomers
Globally.
Yeah, exactly. I think they are making good job in Turkey, and with the increase of EV markets, they will continue to perform well. But also we are going to play the game on the EV market to get our...
You are ready for the competition.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe next topic, leasing. Leasing is not very high in Turkey in comparison to Europe. Are you going to invest a bit more in corporate fleet or in bringing the captive also in this leasing sector a bit more? How do you see the evolution of this leasing market here in Turkey?
In fact, leasing and operational rental business, let me first talk about the operational rental business. You know, the Turkish market level before 2018 was around 1 million. Okay, at that time, already we reached 1 million. And at that time, the parts contributed by operational rental companies was very high. Then we have some crisis, political crisis, economical crisis, and as
volatility, lots of volatility.
As a consequence, today, although the structure of economy is better compared to last year, when you check, the interest rates are still high. Yeah. And I think in this environment, compared to period before 2018, the environment is not 100%. How can I say? Fit
already?
Or fit to increase the operational rental business, but it will come.
Okay.
because we have this, we have already done this, and when this will come, the market will increase again. So
Yeah, because there is
exactly.
an opportunity, because there is a room for this opportunity.
And we have already used that opportunity. We know Turkish
Okay.
market and Turkish companies who are making operational rental business knows and have a lot of experience on this part of the market. So it will come. We are making our plans. So we are very strong also in this part of in this channel. We have very good connections with companies. We are making our preparations, and we want to be there when this part of the market will increase.
Okay, so maybe to conclude now, that's the topic of this event here at the conference. So what will be the sector within 3 years? For you, where do you see Renault and the different brands in 3 years?
Mhm.
Still market leader?
Mhm.
And where do you see the leasing market within 3 years?
Let me first start with leasing market, and I will conclude with Renault.
Okay.
I think
You have to. You have to.
I think leasing market and operational rental channel will increase,
Okay.
because
You feel
as
confident?
I feel confidence. There's a huge need of automotive in Turkey. So I think we are not using the real potential of Turkish market, and it will come one day. And when it will come, operational rental business will increase also. And as I said, the economical environment is becoming better and better every day. So this will support also the operational leasing. When I come to Renault, yes, we are leader in Turkish markets, but we will continue to grow. Because as a strategy that has been announced in the previous weeks, it's giving too much importance about the international markets. And as I said, we are very lucky because we are profiting from European range, and we will profit from the international game plan of Renault. This is why there will be important investments in Turkey. There will be new models coming, not only for Renault brand, but also for Dacia brand, locally produced in Turkey. And our ambition is to increase our performance in terms of market share in the coming years, thanks to these new investments and wonderful products.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Levent. I try to pronounce it great. Good.
Thank you.
Levent Timur. Thank you very much. As you see, we had the most European and Turkish brand here at Fleet Europe. And Renault is market leader here, and they are really intending to remain market leader with new investment, with growing period here in Turkey. Thank you very much.